Hey guys, my name is RJ. This is the Secret Stacks, and if you haven't been following me on Twitter, well, I've got news for you. I read a romance. Now, technically, the book was new adult, not a straight up and down romance, but I think it was going for more romantic than sometimes a genre goes for. And that book was November 9 by Colleen Hoover. Now, if you guys are curious, I use the hashtag RJ Reads a Romance on Twitter just to give my sort of rapid fire reactions and mostly make jokes about the book. Not because I didn't enjoy it, because I did. For a good majority of this book, it took me only 3 days to read, which is really quick for me. And there was a lot that I did enjoy. The ending threw me for a loop. But first, let me get into the synopsis. November 9 is about two people. Fallon, a girl who was burned in a childhood like 16 years old. The whole left side of her body was burned. And then Ben, who's this guy that she meets by chance in a restaurant, then sort of rides in and butts his way into her life. She's moving to New York that day, and they decide, you know what? Let's meet back every year on this date. We'll just check in, see how their lives are going. They have sort of the kindling of a romance. Now, this is definitely not in my usual wheelhouse, and I would caution, take reviews from somebody who doesn't usually read this genre with a grain of salt, because that's going to be how I'm reviewing it. I don't have a lot of experience in the genre, so maybe some of what I'm frustrated with or some of the stuff that I liked is actually cliche or unique, I don't really know because I don't have that foundation. Now, the concept of the book really lent to sort of moving the pace, and that's something that I really enjoyed, in that because we're only seeing these characters on this particular day, at the end of each day, you're always wondering, all right, where are they going to go from here? What's it going to be like the next time they meet up? Now, the concept is cool and unique up to a point. There have been similar books, but like the author says really specifically, Hoover makes clear that nope, this idea is different and unique, and she feels so almost insecure about that because it is similar to other books that she actually has her character writer, Ben, mention that and get defensive about it in the book by saying, nope, this is different, by listing all the things that you might think are similar to it, but listing how they are actually different. Now, the other self-defining characteristic of the book is it's very, very meta, self-referential. Fallon is a romance book reader. Ben, who's the guy, he wants to be an author. So you're getting these book nerds into it, and you're also getting the lingo very specifically. There's talks of TBRs and other book-specific terms, especially to romance, talking about alpha males and insta-love and things like that, which 50% of the time really works in making you feel, wow, these characters are like me. I'm a book nerd, and they're speaking my language. The other 50% of the time, though, you're like, wow, I know exactly what you're doing. You're writing specifically to market, and you're trying to prey on my fandom by using these self-identifying words. Now, like I said, I really enjoyed the book. I moved through it quickly, except for the end. The last twist took me hard left right into a wall. I really didn't enjoy it for very, very specific reasons. I'm going to make a spoiler-filled video after this just ranting about it, because that is how much I didn't like this ending. It not only didn't seem believable to me, it really left a bad taste in my mouth about these characters. It was such a jarring finish that a book that I enjoyed up to now, you gotta bump it down to a 2, maybe a 3-star if I try to look past the ending and look at it not as being fans of the characters, but just fans of the idea. It was an interesting idea and a definite twist, but it really, really made me reconsider how I felt about the book. So I'm curious if you guys have read it or are planning to read it, and if you're interested, like I said, right after this, I will be uploading my spoiler-filled rant. So, there's my printer going into action, and until next time, see ya.